Okay, so happy Friday Eve to everybody. We've made it to almost the end of the week, and it feels good, right? It's been for me, it's been a good work week. I had a really fantastic day. I taught early in the morning today, and I had 25 students at 7 in the morning on a Zoom call. And they were all there, and you know, most of the screens, actually they were all off because I think they were all in bed. And we were doing presentations today, and the groups were presenting, so there were different groups of students presenting. And so the first group up, it was a young man, and he was just having such a hard time, and I was feeling terrible because it's 7 in the morning. And I mean, I don't know how we're functioning, but we are. And he was just, the information, the presentation was just not going anywhere. So I said, hey, are you nervous? You know, knowing that he was. And he goes, yeah, I'm nervous. And I go, what's getting you nervous? He goes, oh, English is my second language, and I don't feel comfortable presenting. And I said, oh, I'm so proud of you that you're the spokesperson for your group. That's really remarkable that you volunteered, or maybe they volunteered you. And we laughed a little bit. I go, hey, would you feel more comfortable switching into Spanish? And he goes, yes. And I go, well, let's talk Spanish then. And so he did. He basically told me everything that the group had learned in Spanish, and it was like so on point. And it was like a minute and a half where he was talking in Spanish, and I go, let's switch to English now. And we switched, and he switched over without an issue, and he was so comfortable, and he just continued to flow. And it just reminded me how we just have to find our ease, right? We have to, when we're off sorts, we need to come back and find our strength and find our rootedness, and then work from that strength. And yeah, so that was my morning experience. And just have to say that young people are on fire. I'm like really hopeful because of the young people that I come in contact with. So I put that out just as like a little report from the field, right? For those of you who may not have as much contact with the younger generation, I have to say that the younger generation is very impressive, and it's a really good sign. So I want to put that out as good vibes for tonight on this Friday Eve. I hope that you're feeling a little bit more at ease, like my student was this morning, that you could switch to the language that feels good for you. And ultimately, the language that feels great for all of us is the language of the heart. And that there's where we meet, and we could be speaking any human language, but it's universal when we get there. Let's start as we are, sitting. And as we sit, just take a moment just to move left and right a little bit and find your ground. Find the ground and make that ground physical, and also maybe make it that metaphorical, spiritual ground that we often need in order to operate from heart. Take a couple of inhales through the nose, exhale through the nose. And take a moment right now to remind yourself that you're in a good spot right now for this hour, that this is a safe place, and this is a place where we could discover or uncover and explore together, and that we don't have to perform with fear. Actually, there's no performance. So this is your practice, it's my practice, and it's going to come out the way our bodies allow us for it to come out. Make all of the adjustments that you need to make so that you could feel comfortable, right? And so put as much padding as you need under you, and adjust the poses so that you have no pain when you're doing them. And you might need a little bit of extra padding at some point for your knees. Just letting you know, so that if you have a little extra pad, you could grab it. And actually, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to grab my little extra pad. And so we'll use that in a little bit. All right, good. And that extra pad is just an old mat that we cut up because it was falling apart, but there were good parts of it. All right, so sitting on our in an easy pose, right? So an easy seated pose. And when you're in easy seated pose, your knees could be anywhere. And if your knees are really tight, they might be here, like really high. And if your hips are really tight, you might not do easy seated pose, and you might be with your feet in front of you. That's okay. You're just sitting and you're finding your seat. You're finding that way to sit with yourself and with one another. So from this pose, let's just place hands on knees, bring chin slightly down. Let's take an inhale. On the exhale, just give a nice sigh. Inhale. Make it audible for yourself. Inhale. Nice. Let's go ahead and let's do little circles with our head in one direction. Inviting relaxation to the head, to the neck, to the shoulders, to the back. As you close your eyes and you breathe and you turn, put a little smile. The smile of gratitude for just being able to show up. And then we come back and we go in the opposite direction. As we do these simple and slow movements, we're taking time to sort of be here, right? So we've come from a busy day, maybe a lot of stimulation. Maybe you've had a day of struggle, right? Maybe you've had a day of just pleasant engagement. Maybe it's been a mix. And we bring all of that and we place it on the ground, right? We let it be, and we give ourselves permission that for the next hour, all that stimulation, we're just gonna allow it to hang out, maybe outside our mat. And then we're just gonna take notice of the body, sensing the body, sensing the breath, the movement that we do. And that we're just going to have an intention that we're going to disengage a bit from the stimulation and from the thoughts. And that's not going to be a perfect disengagement. So it's going to be sort of a dance that we do with engagement and disengagement. So we don't want to push the thoughts away. We just want to let them go a bit and not hold on to them, so that we could just find a bit more spaciousness within us. Let's come to center. And as we find more spaciousness, maybe sense a little bit more clarity. Clarity from all of the stimulation, maybe from the emotional reactions that we've had, and find a more neutral space so that it's less reactive and a little bit more spacious. Let's go ahead and take shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Inhale, shoulders up, back and down. Inhale, shoulders up, back and down. We inhale, shoulders up, forward and down. Up, forward and down. One more, up, forward, and down. Excellent. Let's take the head left and right a little bit. Good. Let's take the right hand to the left knee and then the left hand behind, and then just keep your back long and turn to the left. And sense your back. Come back to center. Take your left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you, and turn to the right. And we come back to center. Okay, so we're sitting, and let's take the left leg forward and then take it back. So taking that left leg back, and now we're kind of, sort of, both knees are diagonally pointing towards the right, and we want to keep the back nice and long, right? So now you may sense that left hip a little bit more. All right, now let's reach left arm up and take it to the right. Stretch and come back. Let's just do that and move a couple of times. Stretch, 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 stretch. And come back. Slowly come back. And then let's extend that arm back. Open up the chest. So taking the arm back a bit so that you're going to feel that left shoulder, left chest. And then reach it forward. Actually forward to the side. And come back. Straighten out. And take the arm back and place the hand behind you and just lean back a little bit. See if you could lean back and look up. Come back to center, and let's take that left leg back. We put it back to where it was before, and now take right leg the same way back. The side of your foot is flat on the ground, so edge of your right foot's on the ground, and so is the edge of the left. Let's take right arm up and reach it over. Stretch and back. Take it back, open. Come back, reach it to the left. And back. Sense where you're feeling sensation in the body. Explore that. Open up. The moon is rising from the east right now, so it's low. And I could see it through the areca palms in my backyard. It's huge. It's a huge full moon. It is so beautiful, peeking through the palms. And I share that to share some of that pleasure, reaching over and back. Notice your hip, notice your back. Open up, and one more time, reach. And stretch it back. Let's take that hand back all the way and place it on the ground. Open up the chest, and we're kind of like in a twist, and we look up. Head back. We come back to center, and let's take that right foot back. Just move it left and right. Notice your hips right now, like what's going on with the hips. And Let's go ahead and reach arms up into the air. Look to your thumbs. And then on the exhale, just come down. And find the spot in front of you that feels really good, right? So you don't have to come all the way down, but just come down to where it feels right for you. Allow yourself to drop and see if you could keep your butt cheeks on the mat. So don't lift up, right? Don't lift up. Bring your head, your chin to your chest and feel the neck lengthening. And let's do some nose. So there's some nose here. Saying no with your head, just gentle, left and right. Full range of motion as much as you can get. Going slow. Reminding ourselves that we're just hanging out here. We're taking time to unwind, to let go, and to find that spaciousness that's always there. It's always there, as close as our breath. Come back. Bring your chin to your chest again, and let's just do some yeses. Gentle yeses. And we walk the hands back. Let's take the left leg back again. Coming back into that sort of hip opening, hip engaging pose. And this time let's take right arm up. And then instead of taking it to the side, we're going to take it diagonally. And so reaching. Actually, I'm doing this in the wrong direction. So taking left arm up. Sorry, I'm saying, boy, that felt really intense. So let's take left arm up. Reach towards the right, but this time diagonally. So going towards the front and reach, and bring it to the ground. And sense the left part of your back all the way going down towards the hip, opening up. And coming forward again, diagonally. Inhaling up. Back. You could follow your hand. Exhale, reach diagonally. Feeling that around your armpit, side body. Twisting a bit, inhaling back. And one last time, diagonal reach. And we could look to the right. So nice twist here. Hold. And we come back and bring that leg back. Take right back, flatten it out, back long, reach it diagonally, all the way to the ground, and back. Look to your hand, reach back, forward, inhale it back. Exhale it forward. Engage the side body. Inhale it back. Exhale it forward. And now look to the left and twist. And come back. And bring that leg back. Good. I'm going to turn because we're going to actually go on hands and knees. And if you have that little extra padding, be kind to yourself and use it. So on hands and knees. Let's go ahead and do some cat-cows. So hands right under shoulders and knees right under hips. So inhaling, arching the back, looking up. Exhaling, rounding the back, chin to the chest. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing your hands a little bit forward so you're a little bit of an angle. You're going to lean forward and shoulders away from the ears, look up, allow the belly to hang down, arching the back a little bit, exhaling, pushing back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Take a child's pose and place your forehead on the mat, right? And so with the chin tucked in, without putting too much pressure on your head, we're just going to roll forward and back. So the idea here is to get a nice stretch in the back of the neck without putting pressure on the head. So your forearms are holding you up. So being gentle on the spine and on the neck, but stretching gently. Just enough pressure that it feels good. Keep going forward and back. Massaging your head and stretching the neck. Inverting the body. One more. Then we come back. Hands and knees. Let's take right foot forward now. Good, right foot forward. And let's come up. So we're leaning a little bit forward, right? So that you're gonna feel the left hip flexor. Let's take left arm up and reach it towards the right. And back and down. Reach to the right. Back and down. Reach to the right. Leaning forward, back and down. One more. reach, and back, and let's bring that foot in. Take the left forward. Again, leaning, so you're going to feel that right hip flexor engage. You could lean back a little bit if that feels comfortable. You're tilting the pelvis forward so that you are creating that tension again in the front of the body. Pelvic tilt forward. Reach right arm up and reach it towards the left. Come back down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that foot back. Take right forward again. So finding your balance. So you might, again, you may need to split take your foot further to the side so that you're not wobbly. All right, leaning forward, we're going to add a little bit more movement now. So reaching left arm towards the right, bringing it back, straightening out the leg, and leaning over. So runner stretch. All right, keeping the back as flat as we can. Good. Stepping it forward, reaching up and to the side. Coming back down, straightening out the leg and folding over, hinging at the hip as much as we can. Feeling that stretch in the back of that right leg. Stepping it forward, lifting up torso, reaching arm to the right. Coming back down, straightening out the leg, folding forward over that right leg, toes pointing up. Stepping it forward, lifting up, reaching, sensing, bringing it down, straightening out, folding, stretching again. Let's hold the stretch here for a moment. Sense the back of the leg and straighten out the back. So I'm noticing I'm rounding, so I want to straighten out a little bit more and feel the goodness of the stretch in the back as it intensifies as you hold. Wonderful. Step and take that foot back. Come back and take left forward. Leaning forward and now taking right arm towards the left, looking towards the left. Coming down, straightening out that left leg, folding over and stretching and noticing the difference between one leg and the other. Stepping forward, lifting up, reaching right towards left. Coming back down, straightening out left leg, folding over, noticing the sensations, savoring the sensation, being kind to the body, finding the edge of our possibility, lifting up, reaching, coming down, stretching, and make the stretch your own, right? So it doesn't have to be a full folding forward. Get some sort of stretch on that left leg. One more time, lifting, reaching, looking to the left, stretching it out, coming down, folding over and holding now for just a bit, Keep those toes pointing up and see if you could flatten out your back as much as you can. And allow that sensation to grow in the back of that left leg. Stepping it forward, bringing your hand to the ground, taking that foot back. I'm going to take my little padding off, and now I'm back on my knees. We're going to tuck toes in and lifting knees up, taking a down dog. Take your feet a little bit to the edge, bend those knees, and push away from the hands. And just sense the body. Chin to the chest. Let's look to the hands. Let's take a walk or a hop. As we move towards the hands and towards the front of the mat, let's come up halfway and place our hands, let's place them above our knees for a second, shoulders way back, away from the ears, and then let's fold in, bend those knees a little bit or a lot, round your back, chin to the chest, and with those knees bent, slowly come up. Slowly come up. Let's reach arms up. Tilt your pelvis forward. Look to your thumbs. And bring hands to the side. Shoulders down. All right, let's do a sun salutation to keep warming up now. So a little bit more dynamic movement. Palms facing forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees if you want to. Look behind you or towards your belly. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands parallel to each other or shoulders back. And shoulders back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Take your feet back into plank. Shoulders over wrists. And you could drop to your knees and do a modified one, or you could keep the plank just the way it is. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, slowly come down. Point your toes back, and let's bring ourselves to forearms on the mat and your hands flat. So taking Sphinx pose, holding for a moment and connecting with the lower back. So looking forward and pressing the pelvis down, just holding for a little bit. So noticing that sensation in the lower back. Toes point back, shoulders are away from the ears. Allow yourself to come down, bring your hands to your side, tuck your toes in, and either push up to your knees or push up all the way into a down dog on the exhale. Take a little step forward and take your feet hip distance apart. Take your heels towards the outside. Press back away from the hands. Bring your chin to your chest. Look towards your belly. Hang out here for a moment and feel the stretch all the way from your pinkies to your little pinky toes. Keep drawing the heels towards the ground. Feel the back of your legs. Notice your back. Press your hands down so that the pads of your hands are touching the mat, especially the pointer finger and the middle finger pads. look to your hands, take a hop or a walk. Flatten out your back, coming into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold in, look towards your belly. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the side. Let's inhale into a chair pose. You could keep your hands shoulder distance apart, or you could bring them together, whichever feels good for you. Hold, arch your back. So butt back, and notice the back engaging. Keep lifting the arms up, reaching. The weight of the body's on the heels. And now bring thumbs to chest. So we're now going to take the elbow to the left side, right elbow to the left side. So we're turning the torso, and allowing the left elbow to point up. And as we do, we're going to turn our head with our torso as we look up to the sky. And we could bring that right elbow to the right knee, to the edge of the right knee, press and twist. Come back to center, reach up, bring thumbs back in, and turn to the right. So elbow, left elbow to the left, to the right knee, hook it, and push, and keep the right elbow pointing up, and look up, twist. Thumbs are in your heart center. Come back, reach, and lift up, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Look to your belly. Inhale, halfway lift. Notice my hands are on the ground. So it's really just a flat back. But you could come up, right? Flat back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Take your feet back. We're back into plank. Holding plank for a moment. Draw your belly in. Push the shoulders away from the ears. Notice the front of the body, the back of the body. Just holding, shoulders right over wrists, keeping it as straight as we can, so not sagging. So we're not going to sag this way, and we're not going to take the butt up, just around the center point, straight line, so that you could feel the core engage, front and back. Point your elbows back, drop down. Point your toes back, hug the elbows in, and push up into a cobra. Shoulders away from the ears. Connect with your lower back. Lift chest. Bring your belly in towards the spine. Exhale, come down, tuck toes, push up into down dog. Take a little step forward. Bend those knees, push back, chin to the chest. And now straighten out the legs. Heels go slightly out. And draw the heels down. Find your breath. Look to your hands. Take a big step forward or a little hop. Come up, halfway lift, flattening out your back, feeling the back of the legs. Exhaling, folding in, chin to the chest. And slowly inhaling all the way up. Reaching arms up. Exhaling, hands to the side. Sensing the body. Okay, taking a wide stance, so as wide as your mat. So I'm just going to turn to the front so that you could see me better. And so a little bit wider than shoulder distance at an angle. So we're gonna do a squat. And so when we squat, your heels might be up. If they're up, they're up. If you can put something under the heels to help you kind of like ground yourself, do that, because it'll be easier and better for you. If not, just keep your heels up. If not, if you're able to drop the heels all the way down, drop the heels down. So going down and finding that spot that feels like, okay, this is good. You could take your elbows to your knees. Good. So we're squatting, garland pose, right? So we're sensing the hips here. We could move it a little bit left and right. I just heard a little crack. It's like the cereal, Rice Krispies. Okay, so now we're gonna take the right hand and take it to the left hand, take it to the right leg, and we're gonna turn torso. So turn torso towards the right. So twist and see if you could look behind you, up, keep your back straight. Come back to center. Take right hand to left outside of the left leg and turn towards the left. Twist. Come back to center. Turn to the right. Grab that outside of the right leg and turn. Keep the back long. Back to center. Left hand, right hand, left leg, and turn to the left. Come back to center and come up. Walk it out. Coming to the front of the mat. Hands facing forward, inhaling into chair. Exhaling, folding forward, looking to the belly, chin to the chest. Inhaling, flat back, halfway lift. Exhaling, feet back into plank. Drop down. Chaturanga yoga push-up. Point toes back, inhale cobra. Shoulders away from the ears, press the pelvis down, bring the belly in. Exhale, tuck toes, push up into down dog. Right foot forward. Left heel down. Coming up into a warrior one prep. Torso turning towards the front of the mat, so we're squaring away with the front. We're feeling that left hip flexor. Bending that right knee as much as it feels comfortable for us. Maybe taking that back foot back a little bit, left foot back. Reaching arms up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Right foot back. Back into plank. And drop down. Point toes. Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Little step forward, left foot forward, right heel down, coming up into warrior one. Prep. Reaching arms up, leaning back a little bit. Exhale, hands to the ground. Left foot back, drop it down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Little step forward, heels to the outside of the mat a little bit. Push back away from the hands, press the hands down, spread the fingers out. Bring your chin to your chest. You're looking towards the belly. Looking to your hands, take a walk or a hop. Flatten out your back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in, looking towards the belly. Inhale, come up into chair. And come back into mountain pose, palms face forward. Find your breath, find your ground, find your balance. Let's step it back with the right foot, right leg. Tilt the pelvis slightly forward, come up into a warrior two prep. Take the shoulders back. Bend that left knee. Shoulders back and shoulders strong. Just hold. Look to the left hand. Take your right hand behind you and reach back, up or back, keeping the chest open, taking that left knee to the left side more than the right. Bringing that left forearm to the knee and reaching right arm forward diagonally, a little bit to the right, looking to the middle finger of the right hand, feeling the stretch on the right side of the body. Coming back up into the warrior two. Flipping and going to the back. Bending that right knee, reaching back a little bit. Opening up the chest, just holding, sensing. Reaching back with that left hand and to the left leg and right arm back. Keep bending that right knee and taking it to the right side. Taking that forearm to the knee, reaching forward with the left diagonally, stretching out. Coming back up into warrior two and straightening out the leg, flipping toes to the front. Taking a comfortable wide stance. Tilt the pelvis forward a little bit. Feel the inside of your legs. Hold. Opening up. Taking hands behind our backs. Interlacing our fingers. And drawing the shoulders down. See if you could take the hands away from your body. Away from your butt. Drawing the shoulders down. Chin slightly down. We take an inhale, and on the exhale we hinge at the hips, flattening out the back, so not a long back, and keep taking the hands away from the body. Go halfway. Some of you might just stay there, and some of you can go all the way down, looking behind you and taking the hands away from you. Release and allow the shoulders to relax. Keep folded forward. If you're not reaching the ground, bend your knees. Notice the inversion. So leaning forward a little bit. Slowly come up. And we bring our feet together. Walk it out a little bit. Weight of the body into that right leg. Take that left knee up. And let's take that knee to the left side. Hold on to something. If you need a little bit of help or a lot of help, it's okay. Flex that left foot. Bring it forward. Bring it down. Same thing on the right side. Lift. Take to the side. Open. Balance it out. Forward, down. Walk it out. Let's start with the right now. So you could do the same movement that we just did, or you could begin to do a little bit more of a stretch. So weight of the body onto that left leg now. Take right knee up. Take your two-piece fingers, grab the fat toe, and extend the leg. If you can't extend fully, bend the knee a little bit. Go to as far as you go. Take it to the right side. Take it forward. Hold. Point your toes, release. And bring it down. Walk it out. Weight of the body onto that right leg. Bring that left knee up. Peace fingers go to the fat toe. Open up, keep the back long. Stretch out the leg as much as you feel that you could stretch it out. Feel the stretch. Again, you might just be holding your knee, and that's perfect. And now take that leg to the side. Come forward. Lift. Point the toes. And bring it down. Ah, feel that, sense that. Nice. Let's take a seat. Straighten out our legs. Back nice and long. Bring your hands to your side. If you need a little bit of cushion in order for that to be easier, because you need a little bit of elevation because of the hips, do it, right? So back nice and straight, shoulder blades back. Take an inhale and then hinging at the hips. So not rounding the back so much, but keeping the back long, reaching forward. You could take your two-piece fingers and grab your fat toes. Use that as leverage. You could take your hands to your legs, grab that as leverage. Don't pull too much. Pull just as much as your body allows you to and it feels comfortable for you. And you want to do that very gradually on each exhale. So let's just take 5 inhales and 5 exhales. And on each exhale, just see if you could stretch a little bit more. Find your limit. Find the edge. Come back up. Take your hands behind you, about 9 inches away. Lift up. So lifting up hips and coming up into a reverse plank, right? So reversing the plank. So you may not come up all the way, but the idea is to lift the hips up, take your head back and look behind you. Bring the belly in. And we come back down. Nice. Let's go ahead and bring that right foot in towards that left leg and the groin. Keep the toes, left toes up, pointing up, and allow your knee to just go to the side. Keeping your back long, reach forward. So you're reaching towards the foot, but you don't have to grab the foot. You could grab your leg, but if you grab your foot, grab it and use it as leverage as long as it feels comfortable. Feel the stretch in the back of that left leg and then allow that right knee to come down. And again, 5 inhales, 5 exhales, and allow each breath, each exhale to allow you to come closer towards the knee. Come up. Extend that right leg. Bring the left foot in. Same thing. Pointing the right toes up. Lengthening the back. Taking an inhale. And on the exhale, reaching forward. And letting the exhale be your guide. Coming back up. Let's take that left foot forward, take the right foot back. Edge of that right foot is on the mat. Keeping the back nice and long. Sensing that right hip. And now reaching forward. Reaching forward. Again, it could be that you're reaching on your leg, or you could reach all the way to the foot. See where that feels comfortable. And lean over that left leg, left knee. You come up, take that right foot forward, left foot back, left leg back, lengthen the back, and now we fold over that right knee. Then we come up and we lie back. Bring your knees to your chest, hug yourself in. Take your feet up into the air, hold the legs of your back of your legs with your hands. Some of you might just stay here. And then some of you might want to go up into shoulder stand. So lifting up, using your core to lift, using your hands to support you. Don't look to the side, so look straight up and lift. Point your toes. And then allow your legs to go back to where it feels right for your back. You could take your hands back if that feels good. We come up. Support your back, lift, engage the front of the body, the back of the body, and slowly allow yourself to come down, not lifting your head, placing your hands under your butt, engaging your forearms on the mat, so you're drawing then your legs towards the ground. Lift the chest up, take chest up to the sky, arch the back, take your head back. Place the top of your head on the mat and point your toes. Breathe. And release. Bring the soles of your feet together. Find your breath. And extend your legs out. Allow your feet to drape to the side. Bring your hands to your side, palms facing up. And we'll take Shavasana for a couple minutes. Let your breath be natural. Allow yourself to melt into the mat. Move your body as much as you need to before you get into Shavasana so that you feel comfortable. Slowly deepen your breath. As you do, wiggle your toes. Touch your fingertips. Reach back with your arms. Stretch out the body. Bring your feet together. Point your toes. Grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand and pull towards the left. And release. Take hold of that left wrist with the right hand and pull towards the right. Stretch. And release. Bring your soles of your feet to the mat and turn to your side, taking a fetal position. Opening up your eyes. Taking your free hand and slowly coming up. Let's take shoulders up to the ears, back and down for a moment. Just do a couple of shoulder shrugs. And up and forward and down. We bring hands to heart center. We take our thumbs to our forehead, and as we tap our forehead, we remind ourselves of the power of thoughts, and we commit ourselves to the renewing of our minds. We bring our thumbs to our mouth, reminding ourselves of the power of words, and we commit ourselves to constructing a world of peace and justice through our language and our communication, a world of love. And we bring our thumbs to our heart, and we tap our heart, reminding ourselves that the heart is the center of courage. It's the space where we find divinity, where we find ourselves, and that we meet one another in vulnerability and in goodness. Namaste, everybody. I hope you have a beautiful night, a good weekend, and that I see you in the next week or so to practice some more. It's a great privilege to be here with you. Have a great night.